let me get your take on this subject matter right now, as regards youth not solely depending or even looking towards the government in any of this.
Now, just like what I said earlier on, the government has its part to play, but they shouldn't solely depend on the government. I didn't depend on the government. I started my business very early. Started when I was in primary 3, as early as primary 3 years.
I want to know what that business is.
Like, seriously, I actually sold from ice water that they measure from the cup for 50 kobo. Actually sold in this Efru market that's here.
Okay.
You know, and then from there we started buying cellophane to tie them on cellophane. Started selling 1 naira. Because when you sell in cup and you sell in cellophane, you know, you have to buy materials and all of that. We started selling all this colored ice cream. And then from there we upgraded, we started selling pure water. Then they were using hands to seal those pure waters. You understand? I sold pure waters in Airport Junction. And several times buses, they roll on my leg. You understand? Now, we used to buy pure water then for like 40 bucks. And then we'll sell it the entire bag for 100 naira. We'll make 16 naira profits. Now, you see, it has been a journey. Like I said, business is a journey. Entrepreneurship is a journey. From then till now, I've been able to do a lot of businesses. And by the grace of God, I've become where I am right now, even if I'm not there yet. But I've learned a whole lot of things that help me to be able to show that I don't have to put all the responsibilities on my parents. I don't have to put the responsibilities on my government. I don't have to put the responsibility on anybody. It is my dream. It's my aspiration. I believe in myself. Napoleon, he said something. He said, whatever the heart can conceive, if it believes, it can achieve. So you, as a youth, what you should do is to understand that you're not the only one going through that situation you're going through. We're all in Nigeria. I told somebody yesterday, I was counseling the person, and I told the person, I said, if you can survive in Nigeria economy, there's nowhere in the world you cannot survive. You can survive anywhere in the world. Just like what Bill Gates said. He said, if you take all the money away from me right now and dump me somewhere else, I'm still going to make all the money in the next 1 year. And I really subscribe to that issue that he said. He said that we shouldn't look at the fact of, you know, just focusing on ourselves alone. The more you connect with more people, the more you connect with more platforms, you get people that will get things done for you easily, faster and cheaply, so that you can now focus on your most vital few. Those most vital fews are the things that will help you to be able to grow your business, grow your brand, grow your personality, and everything that you have. Now, here are some of the things that I want every young Nigerian out there to do to be able to set up their business irrespective of the economy or anywhere they find themselves. I want to use the word upgrade.
Okay.
You need to upgrade your skill set. Upgrade your skill set. Now, upgrading your skill set simply means try as much as possible to have multiple skills that are related to one thing. For example, I have a speaking skill, but I have distributed that speaking skill into different portfolios. One is I speak as a public speaker. I'm a host for events as a compere. I also speak and do trainings for corporate organizations and personalities. From that same speaking, I also train on ICT training solutions and every other thing. And I'm still yet to even explore. Now, from that speaking alone, things that I speak about, I've found out that I should write about those things. That same thing has made me an author.
Okay.
So you see, from that particular thing that I do, I've been able to see how I can distribute it into different portfolios. Because God has created every man to have minimum 4 streams of income. So when I see a man that is having just one stream of income, I get angry in my spirit. And I get to tell you, see, God created you to be more than what you are right now. So why are you limiting yourself? One of my mentors who says, Steve Harris, he said, you are not limited by what you do not have, but you're limited by what you have, but you don't know how to use. So the major thing is upgrade your skill set. It is only training that turns a trash into a treasure. The next thing they need to upgrade is that they need to upgrade their mindset. It is your mental picture that determines your actual future. If you don't try as much as possible to upgrade your mindset, there's no way you can see things. You know, the Holy Book says that be ye not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. You see, our environment we grow up has a way of limiting us. So that's why I tell people that your life experiences will create your belief system. Your belief system will influence your decisions, and your decisions will determine your destiny. So ask yourself, how has my environment been able to influence me? Am I submitting myself to the ecology, to the limitation that the ecological system has placed on me and my destiny, and I will allow myself to be? So you have to change your mindset. And how can you change that? Like what he said, you have to assess information. You have to read. You have to study. You have to even meet people. Sometimes there's something that really, really turns me off. Engaging, when I see people engaging in unproductive conversations. Time, see, life, if you love life, you would value time, because life is made up of time. You understand? The whole entire life, it is a collection of different times. So that's why it is called lifetime. So why waste that time when you know when you're wasting that time, you're wasting your entire life? So you must upgrade your mindset. And when you upgrade your mindset, it affects everything that you do. And then before you know, you become a high flyer. Another thing I still want youth out there to be able to do, it's for them to be able to upgrade from the talking level to the working level. Taking action. You've talked too much. You've talked about your dream too much. You've spoken about it too much.
What are you doing about it?
What are you doing about it? I asked somebody yesterday 3 keys on how you can get to your success land. Know what you want. Know what it will cost you. And then get down seriously and start doing something about it. You've told people too much about it. What have you started doing about it? Where are the places you've been able? How many people know what you're doing? I'm here now. I have other engagements today. I'm here doing what I was born to do. I'm here doing what I'm passionate to do. And I'm changing life, impacting, creating impact. And from that impact, I'm making profits. I'm getting connected to bigger platforms, networks, people, And I tell people, no matter the capital, he was saying something about people being limited by the capital. Now, the biggest capital you can ever get, like I told people, I say from the factors of production, capital is the most important. From that capital, you have 4 categories of capital. You have the spiritual capital, you have the physical capital, you have the intellectual capital, and then you have the social capital. From all these, the intellectual and the spiritual, and then that of the physical, they come in place. But the social capital is what helps you to create the other ones. And that comes in form of what? Relationship and network.
Connecting with people.
Straight up.
Let's